Because everybody's looking for money, and that's not excluding the folks in the world of sports. So the Ministry of Youth and Sports says they're inviting, memorandum from everyone who has an idea about how to reform the Nigerian sports sector, or I want to say sports business. So part of the what they're looking for is an alternative sources of revenue for funding of sports. So if you have any idea how to make money for sports, and perhaps win them a little bit away from government funding, that would be a good idea that the Ministry of Youth and Sports would like to hear from you. So let's hear about the markets and the bond market. Let's get across to Ayodeji via Skype from Ikoyi in downtown here, Lagos. And I'm going to put the first question to you. Hope you had a nice weekend, Ayo.
Yes, I tried.
Thank you very much. So the sporting guys are looking for money. Let's start from sports. I don't know. What do you enjoy? Football or what?
Yes, football.
Okay, so you're a football fan. Okay, good. So you have any idea where the Ministry of Youth and Sports can find alternative revenue for funding of sports? Should they do bond?
They can try and identify some Nigerians that have interest for sports and try to partner with them. Some of the ideas I feel they need to key into is trying to identify some of the clubs that are not very functional. If some of these the Nigerians that are interested in putting their funds in this particular space can take them up and refurbish some of those clubs, such that we are able to build a football space from the grassroots. I think that would be very interesting.
Yes, but do you think it's only football? Do you think we should find alternative funding for basketball, for track and field, and what have you? I'm more of a track and field person. I got long legs. I'm about 6'3". So
the major sports which Nigerians are interested in, it cuts across all those major sports that you have mentioned. It's good that we also try to focus more on them, and Nigerians can also use this as an avenue to relax once in a while, despite, in spite of or amidst all the pressure going on within the economy.
Many years ago, a number of years ago, I don't want to say many, but quite close to 10 years ago, the sporting ministry guys, then they came to the stock exchange. That was more than 10 years ago, trying to have some relationship, as it were, with the Nigerian Stock Exchange management back then. So do you think the market, the capital market, where you operate on a daily basis, do you think this market has something to offer the Ministry of Youth and Sports? Perhaps they should talk to the SEC. They should talk to investment banks like yours.
Yeah, that brings us back to funding. So it's identifying the right people that are willing to put down capital to support the ministry. So it's like trying to coming up with an SPV, a company, and you list it. We get investors that would invest, that will put down funds for this particular purpose. So it's also going to be helpful. The capital market is meant to raise also an avenue where people can raise capital. So I feel it can also be helpful. The collaboration will be positive.
Very interesting. So let's get back to the main reason why we invited you to be on the program. This is going to be a very interesting week. DMO is rolling out 105 billion on Wednesday, I guess. So how's the market now? Do you think this will go through? Last week, the central bank didn't make so much via the Treasury bills auction.
Yes, interesting. Looking at the past auction within the year, about 580 billion naira has been auctioned so far by the Debt Management Office. And with the additional 150, that brings it up close to about 700 billion naira. And with the passage of the budget, the government will also require funding. So we expect that the bonds will be fully subscribed for, and we also feel that there will be some allocation based on non-competitive basis. That's aside the agreed auction amount to the auction. So we expect that the bonds will be successful. In terms of looking at the current environment, where you compare what has happened within last bond auction and last week Friday, we discovered that yields have increased, and in most times pricing are always done in tandem with current yield. So we expect that marginal rates would increase marginally above last month auction.
Does it look to you like the 6 trillion budget now signed, going to be on the street, spending will be showers of dew, of rain on yields? Do you think it will temper the rate at which bond yields are moving to the north?
No, we'll see. There are a lot of factors that determines the yield. The liquidity within the system. Yes, we expect that may fuel the demand or investment in bonds, which would invariably shoot up the yields, as we expect that some of them sell down. But when you look at what we expect within this week, we expect that as even the government tries to raise funds, and as they release funds into the system, you expect people to buy, and that, as a result, would moderate the level of yields we expect to do, which would help reduce the effect of the increased yield that was seen. Then I would also like to mention MPC will be coming up next week, and based on the forward guidance the CBN governor have also given to us, that it's going to move the benchmark rate, which is the monetary policy rate, in line with the inflation rate. As at last month, inflation rate was at 12.8%. So we also expect inflation rate to increase above a previous month, maybe around the 13% levels. So the CBN we expect them to increase also rates, and that is some of the reasons that have informed the decision that investors were taking. Last week, you saw a lot of sell-off for them to reposition in this month's auction.
Ayo, the final one for you there, from a professional point of view. What's in the 6 trillion budget for you? What's in it for you?
No, my focus will be on the capital expenditure bit of it, because that is what impacts the average Nigerian, the 1.8 trillion. And we expect, with some of the controls that have been in place, the efficiency units that have been set up, we expect that these funds will be rightly channeled for its intended use, and it should be, in terms of its productivity, should be better than what we've seen in previous years. So we expect that it will also cut across some other sectors. It will help also douse the effect of the challenges the economy has been witnessing within the last 5 months. So it's going to help replay the economy. There will be a lot of contractors that will be remobilized, that will have to engage people to work for them. As a result, it will also help improve consumer spending. It's in the medium to long term. We are looking at end of Q3, Q4 before we may begin to see the effect of the spending in the budget.
Ayodeji, thank you very much from AfroInvest, the head of research. We appreciate your time today. What's in the budget for you? Do have a nice day and a nice week down today. We got a lot of time to catch up in the week. Very interesting week for everyone. So the key question, we're back as we wrap up the program. The budget is on the street, 6.06 trillion naira. What's in it for you? Put it in our Twitter account, Channels TV, at Biz Morning, and at CTV Harriet, or at Tbills, and direct them to me. We'll talk about that in the days ahead. Okay, so we'll be back at 1:30. West African time, 1:30 Nigerian time. We'll talk about Business Incorporated. Saudi Arabia has changed its oil minister. Perhaps you missed that in the news. What does that mean for the world's leading crude oil producer? Part of the story is making the headlines around the world. That will mean something for Nigeria as well. We'll be back. I'll see you lunchtime. Grab a cup of coffee and do have a great day. Let's get together at 1:30, shall we?